All right. It's 8 p.m. Central, and time for the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, heard Wednesday nights here on this repeater. My name is Matthew, call sign KN4LRA, and I'll be your net control for the evening. This is a controlled net, meaning stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. You can hear us on the University Link repeater system and the N5OAK repeater system. You can also check in through Echolink on the node KA5D-R. There are other ways of checking into the repeater system, and you can find more details at the website ka5d.com/repeaters and n5oak.org/repeaters. Please give a couple of seconds between transmissions to allow all of the system links to communicate with each other. Before we begin, is there any emergency or priority traffic on this frequency? If so, please call now. Nothing heard. We won't have any scheduled breaks to check for emergency traffic during the net this evening, but will gladly yield the air if any station calls in with emergency or priority traffic. Is anyone available to be my backup net control operator this evening? If so, please call now. Nothing heard. KI5PZN from KN4LRA. Ernesto, do you mind helping out this evening?
KI5PZN. Not at all, Matthew. I'm around. I'll help.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ernesto, for helping out. Hoping that someday here we'll drag a couple more of the UT people into being here every week. But for now, it's nice to have a couple of other people, Young and David, from time to time helping out running the net. But yeah, let's get this party started. The UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net is a social net with the purpose of bringing local radio operators together to share knowledge, discuss club activities, and keep in touch. All hams are invited, both new and experienced, and no club membership is required. If you're new to the net, the way this works is very simple. In just a bit, we'll invite everyone listening to check into the net. We will start with short time check-ins for stations who just have a few minutes with us, and then move on to general check-ins and comment time. Before we get started with net check-ins, we have a couple of short announcements from the club. The club met in the UT Mechanical Engineering building last Thursday at 6 p.m. As usual, we will continue meeting every other week. That means our next meeting is going to be next Thursday, October 27th. Huge thank you to the guys over at N5OAK for inviting our club members to come to their potluck at the end of the month or beginning of next month. Really excited about that, and hopefully we'll hear a little bit more from either Ernesto or Rusty about that later in the evening. For more information about our club, or if you'd like to get involved, please visit n5xu.org, where you can read more about the club and sign up for our email list. You are listening to the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. here on the University Link repeater system and the N5OAK repeater system. My name is Matthew, call sign KN4LRA, and I am your net control for the evening. Let's go ahead and move on to net check-ins. During check-in, please key your mic, say "this is," unkey, and wait a moment to hear if anyone else started speaking at the same time. If it's clear, key in again and slowly and clearly state your call sign and first name. We encourage you to use standard ITU phonetics if you know them. This gives everyone the opportunity to learn the phonetics, and it makes it easier for me to write down check-ins. We'll start off with short time check-ins. If you're out there and know that you've only got a few minutes but still want to say that you've checked into the net, this is your opportunity. To keep things brief, we will not take general comments from the short time stations. Short time stations, please call now. Nothing heard. One more call for short time check-ins.
K5JM portable, Kilo 5, Juliet Mike.
All right, we've got K5JM. I believe that is Sam. Do I remember correctly?
That's correct. Thanks for taking my check-in. In and out tonight, but appreciate you running the net. Good to hear you out there.
Thanks for checking in, Sam. And yeah, great to hear you out there as well. Any other short time check-ins, please call now. Nothing heard. Well, let's move right along to general check-ins. After we've got a few people checked in, we'll give the floor to each of you, and then to any stations who wish to respond. If we don't get to you during the first round of check-ins, stick around. There will be plenty of opportunities to check in throughout the evening. Again, no club membership is required, and any licensed operators are welcome. General check-in stations, please call now.
This is Kilo 5 Echo Juliet Lima.
Net recognizes Kilo 5 Echo Juliet Lima. That's Joe. Joe, welcome back to the net. Great to have you here tonight. Any other general check-ins, please call now.
Yes. Golf 5, Kilo Victor Juliet.
All right, I got Kilo Golf 5, Kilo Victor Juliet. That's Garrett. Just to let you know, you're a little bit weak into the repeater there, but still is able to get you in the logs for tonight. Any other general check-ins, please call now.
This is Whiskey 5 November Delta Sierra.
All right, we've got Whiskey 5 November Delta Sierra, and I didn't get a name from you there.
Oh, the name is Rod, Radio Oscar Delta.
Well, that rings the bell for me, Rod. Welcome back to the net, and great to hear you on this evening. Any other general check-ins, please call now. Nothing heard. Well, let's go ahead and start off with checking in with our backup net control, Ernesto, KI5PZN from KN4LRA. Ernesto, how's your week going?
Hey Matthew, it's K5PZN. Thanks for running the net, and thanks and hello to everybody who have checked in and people who are listening as well. Doing all right. I just finished a big deadline on Monday, so work should get back to normal now, which is always appreciated at my age. I attended the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club quarterly meeting this past Saturday. Got to meet some people that I've been talking to and got to meet them in person, so it was pretty cool. Always fun to do that. We also went and had lunch afterwards. That was a fun day. Let me let it reset for a second. Pretty busy Saturday, all kinds of stuff. Fun day on Saturday, partying and all kinds of stuff. And then, yeah, like I said, work should get a little bit easier for me now. So hopefully there's a little bit more time for radio play. Although been a little bit slower than the last few days as far as 10-meter goes. I've been keeping an eye on it. It's been open, but not like when I was really busy with work. So. That's the way it goes. But other than that, that's the usual stuff. I heard you have a new mic. What's going on with that mic? What type of mic do you put on your radio? Back net control.
Ernesto, thanks again for helping out as backup net control this week, and congratulations on getting that work deadline finished up. I know all of us can appreciate a little lull in the work schedule, so glad to hear that that's something that you've got coming up there for you in the next couple of weeks. Man, it feels like I haven't been on here in a while, given that last week I was out, and last week had dinner for the company that I'm working for next summer, next fall. So feel like I've kind of missed a lot here. But as far as the new microphone that I've got going on here, hold on one second, let's let the repeater reset. I am actually transmitting through my laptop tonight using the Transceive app that Justin introduced me to way back when. And the new microphone is a new set of headphones that I got, Bluetooth headphones that are hooked up to the laptop here. So had to reset all the audio settings on the computer to try to make sure that the audio is getting piped to the right places, and wanted to make sure that it was actually making it into the app before I started doing my spiel at the beginning, and found out that I was just transmitting an empty carrier the whole time. So glad to hear that everything is working out. All right, are there any questions or comments for Ernesto? Please call now. Nothing heard. Well, let's go ahead and move right on down the list to Joe. That's K5EJL from CAN4LRA. Joe, this is a special one. I heard you just had a birthday recently. Happy birthday from me and everyone over at the UT Amateur Radio Club. Excited to hear a little bit about that. How are you doing this week?
Yeah, well, good evening to the net. Oh, yeah, big birthday, big surprise birthday party. A bunch of old geezers there, and some young geezers, too. No, we had a big time, and what can I say? Just too many surprises for an old man. About the only thing that I have to report is this week's School Club Roundup. I don't know if any of you guys are getting on over there. At K5LBJ, it's been really pathetic. After 3 days, I think we're up to a whopping 142 contacts, which ordinarily we would have maybe 442 contacts. So, man conditions, 10 meters has been open a whole lot, but I don't know where all the stations are. I don't know. That's all I know to report. It's one of the lesser years that will be in our interest. Back to net, K5EJL.
Joe, thanks for checking in. I will have to go online and read about the School Club Roundup. We do not have any plans to get on the air for it. This is a pretty busy week for me in terms of school, but I will go online, read a little bit about it, and maybe put something up in the club Slack just in case any of the other members are interested in getting the Shack on the air. I definitely think it would be a great thing to do and something that the club should be a part of. Are there any questions or comments for Joe? Please call now.
K5PZN.
Ernesto, go ahead.
Hey Joe, it's good to hear you here. I'm kind of curious now that the workload on this side is a little bit lighter. What time does the guys are usually transmitting if it's not over? Back to you.
Well, it's just all over the place. K5LBJ has almost all been on 20 meters. What can I say? Just 20 meter sideband. 10 meters, we made a few contacts on 10, but not many. We dropped down and checked with 7290 traffic net this morning, looking for a Louisiana station. They had several check in, but there weren't any when we talked to them. So that's kind of about it. But there have been quite a few school stations on. I'd say we probably worked a dozen school stations, although in previous years we would have worked more than that. But that's it. They'll just be all over all of the bands. Over.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'll check and probably tomorrow and see if I can hear them around, and if I do, I'll let the guys from the Oak Amateur Radio Club know through Discord if I hear the guys and try to push some traffic over their way. Yeah, that's about it. It's back to net. This is Cat 5PZN.
All right. Are there any other questions or comments for Joe? Please call now.
W5NDS.
Rod, go ahead.
Okay, Matthew. And by the way, your headphone setup there sounds excellent. Filling out the signal very nicely. And Joe, it's good to hear you, old timer. I heard about your birthday celebration, but my birthday fell on the same day, last Saturday, so I had my own little function here at the house. So sorry I wasn't over there to wish you many happy returns. But I know there, from what I hear, there were plenty of folks there to wish you well. So good luck with the KLB, with K5LBJ. And yes, I have worked the station on 20 meters at least once. So that's it for me. Back to net. W5NDS.
Yeah, hello, Rod. Gosh, it has been a long time. I think it was a couple of years. John Penner and I came over to your house to. I was trading something for John, and he was trying to program the radio or something like that. No, the party was a big thing. It was a big surprise. My wife had to hack into my phone to get various names and addresses to get people there. So yeah, it was a big thing. But well, Professor, the honest truth is, over here at my house, I don't really have an HF antenna. Otherwise, I'd talk to you guys on 10 meters Sunday afternoon. I think I tried one time, and you were the only one that I could hear, but I was trying to do mobile. So my granddaughter that's going to UT announced that she's gotten her license. And so that means I've got 2 out of 5 grandchildren that have licenses. If I can just get them over to help me put up an antenna, I'll be back on the radio. All right, sir. Gosh, it's good to hear from you. Back to net, K5EJL.
Thank you, Rod. Are there any other questions or comments for Joe? Please call now.
EZN.
Ernesto, go ahead.
It's just a comment. I think next year we should all try to get together and celebrate in one day, my birthday and my son's birthday. We have the same birthday. We were celebrating on Saturday as well. Our birthday was on Monday, the 17th. But it's funny that both of you guys were celebrating on Saturday, your birthday. So, yeah, I think next year we should do get together for efficiency and do one. That's it, just kidding around. Scaff5PZN.
Well, I'm on for that, Ernesto. First round's on me, as usual, K5EJL.
That's awesome, Joe.
Boy, make sure. I'll be glad to be there too. And Joe, congrats on having 2 grandchildren with licenses. Now get them over there and get your antenna up at the house, and we listen for you on 10 meters. W5NDS, back to net.
All right. Are there any other questions or comments for Joe? Please call now. Nothing heard. You're listening to the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. here on the University Link repeater system and the N5 OAK repeater system. My name is Matthew, call sign KN4LRA, and I am your net control for the evening. Let's go ahead and move right on down the list here and check in with Garrett, KG5KVJ. Garrett, how's your week going?
Hey, Matthew, thanks for running the net tonight. It's KG5KVJ. It's going all right. Not a whole lot of exciting stuff going on, just enjoying paternity leave and taking care of the wife and the new daughter. But no, just had the father-in-law over here. Had to grease some ball joints on the truck, and he got to see his granddaughter again, so that was fantastic. But nothing near the neighborhood on my side. So this is KG5KVJ, back to net control.
Garrett, congratulations again, and hope you enjoy the time off there. Are there any questions or comments from Garrett? Please call now.
PZN.
Ernesto, go ahead.
Hey, Garen, hope you guys are doing well. Just a quick question, and, just silly, I guess. Is the baby sleeping all night, or you guys staying up during the night? Just curious.
No, we got super lucky. Matilda isn't colicky at all, so she sleeps through the night for the most part, except for the odd feedings and the diaper changes. But no, I think she's just getting over this gassy phase. She was super fussy, when she would feed and whatnot, and she had a little gas bubble built up. And so middle of the day today, we laid her down in the crib, and I was playing video games in the room next door, and I heard a big fart come out of that kid. So I think she's learning how to fart and expel that gas. KG5, KVJ.
Well, that's awesome to hear, man. Well, I'm glad that the baby's sleeping all, most of the night. I remember I got pretty lucky with Enrique, too. He was pretty easy, too, but I just heard some stories of people. I remember a guy I knew that he said that whenever he remembers his kiddos, because you have twins, when they were babies, it was like a Vietnam flashback for him. Like he will sit up all sweaty and just screaming when he will remember having the babies. But yeah, dude, I'm glad that everything is going well and it's pretty smooth. Back to net.
Thanks, Ernesto. Are there any other questions or comments for Garrett? Please call now. All right, nothing heard. Let's go ahead and move on and check in one more time with Rod, W5NDS. Rod, do you have anything else to share with us this evening?
Well, I guess not, Matthew, but yes, nice to hear about Tilly's learning how to deal with gas. We're going to call her Tilly the Flatulent. That can be her title from now on. HI, well, that's something everybody has to learn. And so 7-3s, and we'll remember October 17th for you, Ernesto, and for the boy there. So that's it. From me, 7-3s, and best wishes to everyone on the net. W5NDS. Clear, back to net.
All right, Rod. Well, thank you again for checking into the net. Great to hear you on the air this evening. All right. Well, we've reached the end of the list. Let's see if there's anyone out there who wants to check in. We'll do one more round of check-ins and then go through the list again. If you'd like to check in to the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, please call now. Nothing heard? Well, I guess it's about time that we wrap things up for the night. Really quick, let's go ahead and check in with Ernesto. That's KI5TZN, our backup net control operator. Ernesto, I've got 3 general check-ins plus Sam short time, and you and me, I believe, let's see if I can remember how to count here, that makes 6 total. Do you have the same?
USL, that's what I have here. Back to you.
Awesome. Thank you again for helping out as backup net control this evening. And to everyone, thank you for joining us for the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, a service of the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5XU. We are right here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for the net. We are the official amateur radio club of the University of Texas at Austin. For more information, please visit n5xu.org, where you can read about the club and sign up for our email list. Again, thank you for joining us. I am Matthew, call sign Kilo November 4, Lima Romeo Alpha, and from my QTH here in North University, 7-3, and thanks again. This system is now returned to regular amateur use. KI5 PZN from KN4LR.
What's going on?
Hey Ernesto, thanks again for helping out this evening. I went and pulled up my calendar here to look at the date for the social at McKinney Falls. I guess looks like it's on the morning of the 5th, and I'm really disappointed, man, because that weekend I'm supposed to be out at the yacht club sailing with on a race on a boat called the J80. So everyone now is trying to pack in all the sailing races because it's about to start getting really cold out, and they want to get their sailing in before it gets too cold and everyone wants to stay inside. So last weekend, this weekend, and then the next 2 weekends after that are kind of the crazy ones for me.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, I'm glad for you because you get to do all those races. But I mean, if you can't make it, hopefully we'll get to see you during the winter field day, hopefully.
Do you know when the winter field day is going to be? I'm not too good about checking the calendar there.
Yikes, I can't remember if it's the last weekend of the month. If somebody is on and remember, that will be really cool if you can jump in and let us know.
Let me pull up the website and see if I can figure it out.
KG5KDJ here.
Hey, Garrett.
Yeah, Winter Field Day is the last full weekend in January, so that's next year.
Okay, Garrett.
Let's see, lap. I think I doubled with you there, Nesto. Go ahead.
Say thank you, Garrett, for sharing that.
Yeah, I will definitely be around then. I know I'm planning to head home for Christmas break, so I'll probably be out of town for 2 or 3 weeks there, and we'll get to bring my All-Star node back online, which will be fun for the time that I'm out of town. But I will put that on my calendar and also try to get it on the UT Club's calendar, so maybe we can get some of our members out there for that as well. I know if we plan things far in advance, it makes it a lot easier to make sure that I don't accidentally schedule something on top of it, you know?
Yeah, this club stays pretty busy. The Oaks. There's always stuff happening, social events. We've done all kinds of stuff. So I'll keep you guys posted in case you guys want to join in one of those.
Hey, that sounds great, and we really appreciate it. I know maybe there's a little bit of the reverse psychology kind of thing going on there, that when something comes up, I think, man, it would be awesome to go meet the guys, but don't worry, there'll be another one right around the corner, and then the cycle just continues. So at some point here, I'll just have to put it on my calendar and say I'm going to show up. Hopefully we'll be able to do that before the semester's over, given Field Day is still a pretty long way away. This is KN4LR.
Yeah, and it only gets worse after you finish school. So gotta get practice on that. It's hard, man. It's hard to find time.
Yeah, I remember I had to learn that lesson a little bit coming out of high school going into college, but I guess it sounds like I'm going to have to learn it all over again. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I still got one more semester in school here, so I'll enjoy the little bit of freedom while I have it, and then after that, maybe I'll look forward to 5 o'clock quitting time instead of sitting around doing homework until 10 p.m. at night. But speaking of homework, that is what I'm going to head back and start doing here for the next little bit. Thank you all for hanging around tonight. It's great to talk to you all, and I'll talk to you all either later this week on another net or next week. This is KN4LRA.
Matthew, thanks for running the net. It was a good net, and good night.
Thanks, Ernesto. Have a great evening. This is KN4LRA 7-3.
GAF5PZN monitoring.
Kilo India 5, Yankee Lima Sierra.